Warning. This show may contain coarse language, awkward silences, incoherent thoughts, inside jokes, misinformation, deep conversations about the nature of existence, depressing themes, as well as some light, offensive humor. Hey, we're people in our early 20s, what do you expect? If any of that bothers you, I don't know, just cover your ears. Anyway, enjoy the show.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to 8 Days a Year, the only podcast where a couple of mates come together every year to record a year's worth of podcasts. That's 52 episodes in the span of 8 days, and slowly upload an episode every week for the following year. It is currently 9:46 a.m. on the 2nd of December 2020, but this episode is being uploaded on the 19th of February 2021. I'm Jason.
And I'm Martin.
And today we're as you know, if you've been listening to the podcast, we celebrate a holiday that's happening, the upcoming holiday, like a near holiday that's upcoming or on the day that we upload an episode. And today we're celebrating the great holiday on the 20th of February, which is
Jason's birthday.
It's my birthday.
That's right.
Oh, dude. It's my birthday, and can you explain like how massive my parties are, my birthdays are on?
It's very massive because what our parents do is they get all their Filipino friends, people from church, some godmothers, right? And they bring them to our house and they just have a big dinner.
But what I'm saying, I'm being sarcastic. What I'm saying is that generally my birthdays are pretty small, right?
Yes, they're pretty small.
Yeah. Like sometimes mom and dad like organize bigger things, right, man?
Yes, that's true.
Like, I like it small. I almost don't like celebrating my birthday at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true. you did say stuff about that when it's your birthday. That's the same with me on my birthday this year. I was like, I don't want to do anything big.
Yeah.
I don't want like, oh, happy birthday, Martin, people walking in the door, like, oh, yeah. I just wanted a low-key birthday. And I guess that's what I got. I'm happy. I'm happy for that.
Yeah, like, we'll probably talk about birthdays again with, like, my friends with their birthdays.
Yep.
But, like, for me, like, I don't like the notion of a birthday party. I don't like it. I don't like organizing parties at all. I don't like do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just it's whack. It's a whole hassle. But it's like, the thing is, I do like birthday parties.
Yeah.
I like going to like parties and like hanging out and like playing games with my friends and like, eating food and whatnot. It's just actually organizing one. I don't want to,
Yeah.
It's not, for me, it's not worth the effort of people, and especially people coming to my house. It's like it's a whole hassle because there's other people living here.
Yeah.
I don't want to disturb,
Yeah.
my freaking Kumak and mom and dad and Manny and like school nights and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And church things that happen. So it's like, and also just like, my friends, like we have a couple beers, like, we hang, we chill.
Yeah, right.
And mom and dad are like Christians, so they don't like alcohol in the house at all.
Yeah.
So there's that as well. But like, even then, beyond that, right, man? Like, I don't want to organize like things to do, like, oh, we need to like have movies and games and things, or set up a karaoke machine. And like, biggest thing is set up food.
Yeah.
Generally with like Filipino parties, there's sort of this expectation of having a range of food.
Yeah.
Which I really love those kinds of parties. I think that's really great to have at a party. But it's like it's a lot of effort
Yeah.
and I don't like cooking. I mean, I could sort of do it. I don't like it.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Can you have you ever had to prepare a spread, dude, of food at a party? I haven't done that, but I can't be asked, dude.
It's a big responsibility. I've helped mom with cooking and stuff, but that's pretty much it. And it's very hectic to organize different types of food just for the guests to come.
It's like you don't only have to prepare beforehand.
Yeah.
You have to plan way in advance when you go buy food.
Yeah.
Which is a whole thing within itself.
Yeah.
And yeah. I mean, I went to some of my mates' parties or whatever.
Yeah.
They barely have food. It's always stuff that is just chips and snacks and lollies and stuff.
Yeah.
And, soft drinks.
and
then they're like, let's order pizza.
Yeah.
Macca's.
That's it.
That's it. That's your classic party right there.
Pretty much.
And I'm like, I like that. I like that because I didn't really experience a lot of that because I didn't go to many of my friends' birthday parties in high school.
Yeah.
I don't know because always they would always be on days where I was busy with church or whatever.
Yeah.
So but nowadays I'm enjoying that notion of eating pizza and stuff.
Yeah.
Dude, that's sick. Because I generally wouldn't eat a lot of pizza, you know?
Yeah.
But the thing is, it's not birthdays. Birthdays aren't happening every second day. It's it's still spread apart. So I can sort of be you know what? It's their birthday. I'm gonna indulge a little bit. Let's go, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Going back to organizing a party, it's hard. I tried. What was I gonna do? I forgot what I was gonna say. I think I was just helping out with Dad's party. Yeah. Dad was doing all this stuff we got to do this, we got to do this, we got to make a balloon thing, balloon rainbow, and all this. And it's all preparation, all that. I'm like, you don't have to do that. You don't have to.
No one literally cares.
Yeah, you don't have to push yourself to do. I know it's your 50th birthday, but it doesn't have to be, that extravagant. You know what I mean? And even with food as well, sometimes we prepare too much food, and there's just too much leftovers. I remember last year was my birthday, and mom cooked a bunch of food, spaghetti and all this, and spring roll, and no one really showed up. It was just the fam, it was just the cousins, right? It was just the cousins, and then that's it. And then we're just oh wow, what are we gonna do with this food? We finished it obviously because it's just leftovers, but it's just it's just too much. You shouldn't cook too much food. You know what I mean?
Right.
For parties or even go beyond just organizing a party because, parties should be chill. Parties shouldn't be something you should stress about in preparation. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's what Dad was doing in the week when it was his birthday. He was like, oh, we're going to have this. We're going to move the tables over there. We're going to do this. We're going to have that. And yeah, he was just kind of stressing over it and all that. And I'm just oh, it's your birthday, Dad. You should relax,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's also there's also that notion when you have a big birthday, he was turning 50, right?
Yeah.
You do want to you sort of do. I get the notion where you want to celebrate your birthday extravagantly and have a big thing. That's the Coke right there. But it's just I get it, because you want to sort of celebrate it's a big moment for you in your life, and you just want to celebrate it with all the people that you love and care about. But not even that, just more people, just to have this massive celebration where you all are just yeah, you're having fun. And
yeah.
And sometimes it's like really great to see it. Like when it was Dad's birthday, there was a fair amount of people, right?
Yeah.
There was a fair amount. There was it wasn't like crazy many, but it was a decent amount of people here.
Yeah.
And it was good because like we were all, we danced over there. Like it's great.
Yeah.
But like, I think like some of this stuff, like the little decorations and the balloon stuff.
Yeah.
It's like I sort of get it in the grand scheme of things. When you go to a party, that stuff kind of doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's more of like the people that you meet and whatnot.
Yeah.
And I mean the people that you
share the experiences with.
You start conversing and like
Yeah.
partying with, and it's more the food as well.
Yeah, the food.
Well, at least for Filipinos, it's more the food. It's like,
Yeah.
all right, good. They have a good spread here. They have a good spread here.
Yeah.
I felt that when I went to like my mates' parties, they're just like, they don't have a pretty good spread. It's all these
Just chips, lollies.
but the pizza's always good.
Yeah, just the pizza.
But that's the only option,
Yeah. Oh, yeah, true.
But like, yeah, it's that stuff that matters, like the dancing, the music, and freak the karaoke, man. Dude,
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about Asians and like the karaoke, dude.
Yeah.
But like, I get it. It's like the performance of it all, dude.
Yeah.
And like, it's fun. Like when you're singing your song for other people, and it's like, I don't know what it is, but like, that's fun, dude.
Yeah, it's kind of like a flex, because you're karaoke, like, and you know this song, and you love this song. It has meaning to you, and you're singing it in front of everyone, and you're just like, I love this song, and I want to sing in front of everyone to show that I know this song and I love this song. And that's, for me, that's what karaoke is, because I have confidence in karaoke, just like in a party, like not even on a drink or anything, just like, oh, people are singing and singing the songs that they love, and I'm just like, yeah, I want to sing my song,
Yeah.
the songs that I love.
Yeah.
And it's kind of weird if they don't know it. Like, you're just sitting there just watching you like, what's this guy singing? I was singing the Beatles, and they're just like, who's this guy?
They don't know the Beatles, dude.
No, it was Oh Darling. It's like, oh darling. And people were just like, what? What is this song?
Like, where'd you do this karaoke?
At James's house on his birthday.
No one got it, dude.
No one got it because they're all Filipino. They only know the 90s, 80s love songs, and then they know the early 2000s songs, and then yeah, that's pretty much it.
Cringe, dude.
Cringe. It's kind of, some of the songs are good. Some of the songs.
I
are good.
mean, like, I think they, like, some of the people like our age as well, like, they listen to the modern stuff as well.
Yeah.
Freaking rap music and whatever it is, hip hop, and like it's, well, at least the people I think you sort of hang around with and whatnot. But like, and like even me, like I listen to more kind of modern, kind of indie rock and stuff like that. Indie being independent, so it's like it's new and it's like smaller,
Yeah.
and so it's not going to be on a karaoke machine.
Yeah.
Like a lot of new songs aren't on karaoke machines, only early 2000s stuff.
Yeah, that's true.
So like you kind of have to, your karaoke song, like it has to be a song that's like kind of old but kind of classic, and then you're kind of confident in singing it.
Yeah.
And you got to choose a good one. Dude, what's your like go-to karaoke
It's
song?
What a Wonderful World.
What a wonderful.
Yeah, but I imitate Louis Armstrong, and people laugh, and that gets me confident in singing more. That's how it is. That's the go-to song. People are like, oh, Martin, you're very funny, huh? Like, what a wonderful world, you know.
Dude, I can't even. I don't know if I can pick like a karaoke song. I would say I think a good one for me is Journey's "Don't Stop Believing."
Yeah, Journey.
Because that's like like everyone kind of knows the lyrics a little bit.
Yeah.
Or like everyone knows it. Like at
Yeah.
least the ending chorus part.
Yeah.
Don't stop believing.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's inspirational at the same time.
Inspirational, yeah.
Hold on to the feeling.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's also great because it forces you to belt your,
Yeah.
the notes.
Yeah.
Because it's like really high. Like you either have to belt or you go head voice. And it's just like, it's goofy when it gets to that point.
Yeah.
And like, there's something about those lyrics and that the guitar melody and the tune and everything.
Yeah.
And it's like about, like at the start, it's about these sort of bright-eyed people who are trying to escape their circumstances to go to a better life or something.
Yeah.
Like going on a train to anywhere or some crap. I think that's the lyric. And like, and it's streetlight people searching to find emotion or something.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's good, dude. It's like, it captures the fact that we're all kind of on our own journey, on our own trains.
Yeah.
Like going anywhere and somewhere and trying to find a little happiness a little bit in our hearts or whatever.
Yeah.
And then at the end, it's like a glimmer of hope, or like a motto to live by. Don't stop believing and hold on to that feeling, dude.
Motivation.
Street light people. Oh.
Yeah. It's got that emotional melodies. You know? Yeah. I guess that's why it was big back then. Because people would use that.
That's classic right there.
Use that to their life. And then just like, don't stop believing.
Journey, dude. I should listen to more Journey, I think.
Yeah.
Like their albums.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, like, I say that about a bunch of artists. But, like, I really like those I like those songs that they made. And I liked Faithfully, you know? Faithfully. And also, like, I know the song Worlds Apart.
Yeah.
Here we stand. Losing ground. I'm reaching for you. I think that's not the right lyric, but you. And there's that one.
Yeah.
Man, that's a vibe. What is that, 80s?
80s.
Damn straight, dude. Man, it's not on the 80s discs, I don't think.
Oh.
I don't think they have much Journey on the 80s discs. It's like a relatively unknown Journey song, I think.
Oh.
That's whack.
It's whack.
Whack, dude.
Whack.
That's a go-to karaoke right there.
Yeah.
Don't Stop Believing. I'm sure, like, everyone knows that, right? Am I crazy? Everyone knows that.
Yeah, I feel like everyone knows that. Like, that's the first time we heard that was on the radio. Wasn't it?
What?
Yeah.
I have no idea. I feel like I heard it in a movie or something.
I heard it on the radio, dude.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like the first time I heard it was on the radio.
That's freaking classic, dude.
Yeah.
I think it's like, inspirational, man. Oh. Dude. Oh, man. This is a story that I should tell with, Liam on the podcast, but he's not here because he doesn't. Speaking of, I should explain a little bit, but like, I'm with my brother and it's me, Jason, and Martin here.
Yes.
Because Brandon and Liam were just like, they weren't feeling it. So I guess the challenge is just sort of me doing it, but at the same time there's going to be a section where I will miss out on some episodes too later on. So it kind of is a give and take kind of thing, but like it feels like I'm cheating it a bit,
Yeah.
because like I have to ditch, but I'm going to do most of the episodes. It's just on Saturday that there's a party that was organized pretty in advance. But also this week is the only time we could do this podcast. But aside from that, right? Like Brandon has been pretty tired because he like we stayed up pretty late last night, like finishing the episodes, and he's been like doing exams and stuff, so he's tired, so he wanted to sleep in. And Liam is just not feeling it. He didn't realize what he signed up for. And we also had another guest, Josh,
Yeah.
You know Josh.
Yeah.
But his work called him in. God, I did.
Work.
He has work at like at 12 or something. Or 1.
All right.
But they called him in early today. Whack. But yeah, that's some goofy town right there. But what I was trying to say was with Liam, freaking me and him were like it was like this time last year. Well, not this time, but like November last year, right?
Yeah.
Where it was sort of the same deal. Like I've explained on the podcast that I had a film come out pretty recently.
Yeah.
Or I mean, the film came out late November.
Yep.
It's not recently for them because it's February.
Yeah.
But like I had a film come out in November 2020, where like it was good. Like we organized it pretty well, and like we didn't near the end we didn't leave all the editing or the post production to the short time.
Yeah.
But last year it was a little worse because and you remember, man, right?
Yeah. Right.
When like I didn't come home.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like I was so tired by the end.
Yeah, I remember that.
I was just done. And then when I got home, I still was like talking about it with mom and dad.
Yeah.
like what happened was like we had, and I don't want to talk crap about someone, but like our producer, who I won't name, the producer being like in our small productions, the producer is responsible for like organizing everything. Basically, they're like a manager organizing all the resources and the time and all that.
Yeah.
Our guy barely did anything, right? He did call sheets and maybe that was it. Call sheets being just like these sheets that you give to the actors and crew so that they know what time to get to the place.
Yeah.
And that's basically it.
Wow.
And what scenes we're going to be working on that day.
Yeah.
And so like, like what happened was, I think that might have been it, but like he wasn't very helpful.
Yeah.
And what we had to do was it was getting a bit late, and me and Liam were like, nah, we got to do something. And we organized all the time. We got all the actors' schedules and lined them all up. And we were just like, all right, we don't have a lot of time whatsoever. We have like 2 weeks until it's due, that kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Or 3 weeks or something. And we have to use as much time as we can. These are the actors' free times. And whenever we have 2 actors free on the same day, we're going to have to shoot on those days. It doesn't matter. If it's just them and we don't have the other one, we have to go shoot this, right? Or even if we have to shoot one actor, just have one actor and just shoot all the stuff with just them.
Yeah.
And so like we had to organize everything ourselves. But by the, long story short, by the end, it's like our producer wasn't very helpful. And what we had was an editor who, again, was like a person who had a part-time / full-time job. And we were stuck with like having to edit like in the span of like two days, 1 day,
Yeah.
which is crazy. And like the day before it was due, basically, right? The day before it was due, like we came in like midday and we stayed there all night. We stayed there all day, all night.
Yeah.
Until the next day, editing, just me, Liam, and this other guy, Daniel.
Daniel.
I feel bad I forgot his name, but I'm pretty sure it was Daniel.
Yeah.
Because I haven't seen or talked with him for a long time since then, I think. Yeah, he wasn't in our course, but in our unit this year. But like, we spent all that time in the editing suite editing, and like until the next day, and then we kept going, like even through the morning, and then like the screening was at night. So by afternoon, right? I had like, I was the one that stayed the whole way through because I think his name is Daniel again. went to work
Yeah.
because he had to go back, and Liam went home to get some sleep and eat. And I stayed so I can finish up the credits
Yeah.
and export the film, and being like, get the film out of the editing software and putting it into a video file.
Yeah.
And I had to give it to the teacher, and I gave it to him, and I'm like, that's it. At that point, it was like already like afternoon. And so I drove my car to the other side next to where the theater was
Yeah.
and just went to sleep. I didn't even care that I didn't have a parking ticket.
Yeah.
Just went to sleep in my car. And then I woke up and we were having the screening.
Right.
And then I was so devastatingly tired.
Mm.
But what I'm getting at, I wish I forgot to mention it, was when we were editing that whole night, it was a slog. It was painful, and people were really, like, all three of us were really sleepy. And at the point when Daniel had left in the morning or something, me and Liam were just like done.
Yeah.
We were out of it. Liam was pretty out of it. And like I saw that he was kind of just like lying on the table, just like,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, man, I like, I'm a guy who likes to bounce ideas off people. So I'm like, I need kind of his input. And he's like, yo, can you help me out, dude? Like, what do you think of this? Is this good? Is this all right? And so I was like, I don't know if I can do this myself. And you know what? And like, I don't know if I could do it with like Liam being like tired out or whatever.
Yeah.
And so I was just like, you know what? We need some inspiration right now.
Yeah.
And I started playing. I was going to start playing it. Don't Stop Believing, dude.
Yeah.
And then we played it in the editing suite in this tiny room.
Yeah.
And we blasted it. I don't know if anyone else was around. We didn't even care.
Yeah.
And we just sang the song. We belted it out. You know, the whole song.
That's right.
Like, and then we like, don't stop. It was great. Like at the end.
Good 4 minutes.
And we were pumped. And we were like, let's do it, dude.
Yeah.
That song is powerful and meaningful to me because of that experience, dude.
Yeah.
It was great, dude.
That's with most songs as well for other people. Like it's connection. There's a certain connection that you have with a song and memories connected with it that make it nostalgic and even like emotional for most people. For me, I love this Frank Ocean song called Self-Control because I love Frank Ocean. I love that album.
Yeah.
And Self-Control just sticks with me because it was like relatable to me in the past. And I had the same type of situation.
What song was that? Like for me and the audience? Like what was it about? And like how did it? What was the vibe? What was the vibe?
So in this album, Frank Ocean just sings about his life experiences, and he makes stories, and that's what his albums are. They're just stories. And for this song, Self-Control is about how he's in love with this girl, but she's already moved on and she's already with some other guy. And he's singing about how he wants to be there for her or whatever. And this song, Self-Control, basically talks about how because of her, he lost his self-control, and he's just like fully fallen in love with this girl, and he just lost his self-control, and he just can't stop thinking about this girl.
Yeah.
And it's a bad thing because she's already with another person, and it's like, and the song itself and the way it's
was
produced.
he like with the girl beforehand, or was it and they broke up, or was it just like he's yearning for this chick, this girl that?
I think they were like friends,
Right.
and at the start of the song, it's like poolside cover about our summer last night, and like they were having like a deep conversations, like it's like really close friends,
Yeah.
I guess. And then she suddenly just moved on to this other guy, and he's just like he's left in the dust. You know what I mean? And yeah, that's what the song is about, and it connects to me because the production and the way it sounds is so emotional to me, and it sounds just like, oh wow, this is a good song. I love this song.
And it like is the instrumentation like sort of like intimate, you would say?
Yeah.
Like it's like, doesn't it start with like
It starts with
like
guitar.
one guitar? Like,
Yeah, it starts with one guitar, but then what he does in most songs is he switches up. He switches most of his songs up.
Yeah.
So in the middle of the song, it goes to this little breakdown, and then it goes into like the rest of the song is like about 1 minute and 30 seconds, but it's a really emotional melody. It's like, and then it's like the hook for that melody is like, I know you gotta leave, take down some summertime, give up just a night. And it's like talking about how she's gonna leave and how he's gonna just have to deal with it, and he's all by himself. And you know, it's deep lyrics. It's the whole album's deep in itself, but yeah, I really love that song.
Have you listened to it like so many times?
More than so many times. Too many times. I was driving home yesterday, and I had my music in shuffle, and then the last song before I got home, which was like down that road, just like that song turned on, and I was like, oh, the Apple Music knows me too well.
The shuffle.
And I'm singing the last part. I'm like driving. I'm like, because I recently been through a breakup, and that song just makes it even more emotional.
Yeah.
This is like and she's moved on as well. So
Oops, my bad. I just burped.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, that's cool. I don't know if I have a song like that.
Yeah.
If like I like a specific song that I have such a great connection with. I think a song like that I don't know, I think I obsess over the song.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's like this massive connection. I don't get like super emotional when I hear the song because the song's not like that.
Yeah.
But like I just love the production of the song, even though it's not like, it's like a little flawed, but like there's this and it comes with context too, the song.
Yeah.
The context of the artist as well.
Yeah.
It's all that wrapped up, as well as my own context, which is like my own kind of experiences that connect with it as an artist as well. Like an artist in a different way, not a musical artist, but like as a film one, as like a student filmmaker right now, like currently in my life at least. And it's Ben Fawkes.
Yeah. I knew you were
Indie
going to say
disco.
that. Yeah.
Indie disco. I can't really. There's other songs that are more emotional that I can connect to, but I wouldn't say that I listen to them all the time, or like I could go into intricate detail of every single part of it and every lyric. But I think that indie disco, there's something about it to me.
Yeah.
That is so. It's so like it captures everything that I am in a way.
Yeah.
Or like, you know, it's like that song is like everything that I sort of am or whatever. The song's called Indie Disco by Ben Fawkes. And I tell this to people all the time.
Yeah.
And the appeal of the song for me is the hipster factor of it. Initially, right?
Yeah.
Initially. Well, like that's the main kind, that's like the surface level kind of attraction to me as a, because I guess the hipster kind of notion is that, oh, you liked something before it was cool, or like you like something because it's not mainstream. That's the hipster kind of philosophy.
Yeah.
Like you do something and you like something because it's not mainstream, and like you actively hate anything that's mainstream, and if your thing becomes mainstream, then it's like, oh, I don't like that thing anymore.
Yeah.
Or like, it's weird.
Yeah.
And I feel like I have it too sometimes. It's like, oh, that's kind of mainstream. I kind of don't like it. Or like,
Yeah.
if someone else introduces me to music, I'm like,
Mainstream.
it's not mainstream. It's just like, it feels a little like, it's like secondhand.
Yeah.
It's like someone's used it already. And
Yeah.
I'm just like getting someone's hand-me-downs. But when I find something myself, it's more of a unique experience to me.
Yeah.
It's more like, oh, I found this song. This is my song now. I claim it. It's like uncharted territory, like freaking the moon or something.
Yeah.
And you like go, I found this first, you know?
Yeah.
That notion of finding something first.
Mm.
Like, so indie disco it's so weird. It's like this indie rock pop kind of song.
Yeah.
And as I was saying before, it comes with context, right? Ben Fawkes, I have no idea who he is. I don't know what
He looks like.
I know what he look. I feel like I know what he looks like. I think he has like Instagram and stuff like that he's
Yeah.
connected to.
Yeah.
But his music that he made in this album or this specific song itself is nowhere to be found on the internet.
Wow.
I'm about to sneeze. So this all right. So the song is like you can't find it anywhere.
Yeah.
This is like the hipster dream, you know? This is like no one will ever find this song.
Yeah.
And no one will ever be able to introduce me to it because no one knows where it is or what it is. It's not on iTunes, it's not on Spotify, not SoundCloud either, it's not Bandcamp.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he doesn't have a Bandcamp. I spent a lot of time trying to research and find things about this guy.
Yeah.
But I'm a guy who like lives on YouTube. I don't know if I've told you people this before. And I'll get into it on another podcast about my history and like my obsession or whatnot with YouTube. But I sort of find my music on YouTube. That's my vibe, and I like go to YouTube channels that like sort of share and spread music. But for me, like I don't know how I found the song. It still escapes me. Like it was such a long time ago, and I think I like randomly downloaded it.
Yeah.
But I think I was looking for non-copyrighted music. That's what I was looking for.
Yeah, right.
And like I heard this song, and I just thought it was a cool kind of indie rock kind of song. I don't think I listened to the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I like saved it to a playlist or something like that. Or downloaded it. I think I saved it to a playlist and I listened to it again and I'm like, you know, like when I was in my more indie rock kind of pop, like indie stage in my life, where I was listening to more indie stuff, and I heard it and I was like, I actually kind of vibe with this song, like, and I researched it a bit more. I'm like, is this an actual band or whatever? And turns out like I looked at this guy's. Like it linked to a SoundCloud. Like, first of all, the song was on this random YouTube channel called Non-Copyright Music, which I don't think was necessarily true. I think it was just this dodgy channel. It was like really small, and the views on this video were like less than 100,000. Do you know what I mean? So it's like it was crazy to me, and I'm like, I sort of judge my music and like how hipster a song is by how much views it has. If it has less than 1 million, then I feel a little bit like it feels a little cool to me.
Yeah.
If it has less than like 800,000, I'm like, oh, okay, all right. But this is like less than 100,000, so it's like it's in like the double digit thousands, you know?
Yeah.
It's like 78,000. I'm like, what? This is crazy, dude. You know? And I looked at links and stuff to his music and like to SoundCloud and all that. And his SoundCloud is just a bunch of just random audio stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's like he wasn't only a musician, he was like a sound engineer or something, or a sound artist, where he made these exhibition pieces that are an hour long that are meant to be like soundscapes for an exhibition or some crap. No idea. I actually don't have any idea about that, but like it turns out like he had sort of this untitled album in his SoundCloud. Indie Disco wasn't in that album, but I really liked all those songs on there.
Yeah.
But Ben Fawkes, when I researched further, he wasn't like a big musician or anything, or he didn't necessarily continue making music and actively publicly putting it out there. He became like this manager / something, like creative producer, like sound engineer, producer, manager kind of thing at this place in Germany that is like a studio of some kind that records podcasts and songs and things like that.
Yeah, right.
And it's fairly small and indie, and I think there's like different branches, but that's about it. And that's him. And it's like, it kind of shows, for me, it shows a journey of like a person who was trying his best to be like this, like to do like some sort of creative endeavor.
Yeah.
And not many people hearing it or caring. And he sort of went the path of like, oh, I'll just go do this job or whatever. And it's still in his field, but it's like, it may not be the sort of success that he wanted in like getting people to hear his art.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's something sort of tragic and bittersweet about it. And I think like me as this sort of cynical realist kind of person, like as an artist, I don't feel like everyone's going to succeed. I think there's going to be a lot of struggle for a lot of artists because like it's more of the minority that people become successful in their fields, I think. And that's me being pessimistic. I think that there's definitely a chance for people to get recognized in their field.
Yeah.
But that's just me being pessimistic or whatever. It's just like, and like that kind of that kind of connected with me as like this budding filmmaker, artist kind of person, where I'm like, you know, things might not turn out like as planned or whatever, but at least you tried. At least you like, and there's this piece of art, the song Indie Disco that is like almost no one will ever hear. And I'm not saying it's the greatest song of all time. I'm not saying that it's greatly produced or anything, or it has the best lyrical complexity, or if it or whatever. It's just that the notion of it being this song that almost no one will hear, and I feel like I'm the only person in the world who's listened to it the most, like because I downloaded it the highest quality that I could find from the small amount of places that I could find it, and I put it in my like phone and my playlists, and I listen to it over and over again sometimes.
Yeah.
But there's something about it also being like sort of independent and small, and like it's like a little rough around the edges. The lyrics almost feel improvised in some ways. Yeah. You know, and not only that, but the actual clarity, being how clear it is, the clarity of lines, like that's not very clear sometimes what he's saying.
Yeah.
So, like for me, it's still sometimes I feel like however many times I listen to it, I still don't understand certain verses because there's like two people singing at the same time sometimes where the lines cross over and you'd like, wait, what are either of them saying? And to me, there's like a sort of mystery in that, and the mystery of Ben Fawkes, it's himself. Like he never went on to become this big artist or anything, and create more music, and like the mystery of it and the mystery of the song, and the topic of the song, which I'll get into, is like the mystery, like the deeper side of it, kind of reflects my own mysteries and my own like barriers that I put up, perhaps. When it comes to strangers, at least. But then there's also the immediate kind of creation of the song, the formation of the song and the lyrics, which it's pretty boppy. It's pretty like a indie rock. It's like a vibe, and it's like you can dance to it sort of. The song's about, and this is where we're gonna finally get onto what the song is about, like the actual lyrics.
Yeah.
It's about the Ben Fawkes character, whatever, whoever is narrating.
Yeah.
It's about a person who likes, like, is at a party or at a disco, at an indie disco. And he's standing at the side. He's away from like the crowds and everything. And he's just having a beer, you know, like just like vibing, drumming on. There's a line where he says he's drumming on the table. Yeah. And like, I think it goes to show that he's kind of an awkward kind of person who likes to keep to himself. But then when that sort of chorus kind of hook hits you, he says that like he's not much of a dancer. He's not and I get that. For me, I'm the same way. I feel like I'm not an actual dancer. Yeah. Or like a crazy good dancer, but I can feel a beat. I can like feel the rhythm and move my body to it. At least that's what I can do. Yeah. And then not only that, but he says he's not much of a dancer, but when he does, he goes big. That's the point of it. It's like, it's this weird ambivert kind of energy where you're like sort of introvert, but also extrovert in a way, but not necessarily extrovert. It's like a performance. For me, at least, it's like a performance. It's like it's not necessarily the real me. It's more like me being silly and goofy, and it's like supposed to be sort of funny, but also a performance. Yeah. It's like a character that I put on. Yeah. And it's just like, you know, when he says he doesn't dance much, but when he does, he goes big. He goes for it. Yeah. And that's me, dude, at times. Yeah. You know, of course, there's always those notions, like you're always thinking about what others are thinking about you. Yeah. Like, I still feel that. But like at times I can get rid of that, and I can just be like, I'm going for it, dude. Freak it. Yeah. And something about that just really hit me, right? And something about that I really related to. And then like halfway through the song, or the last third of the song, it slows down. You know? Yeah. And it's like you're in the indie disco, and like you're dancing and whatnot, and then like you're in the middle of the dancing, and then you like kind of stop, lose the energy, like slow down the energy, and just like walk out the doors and chill outside on your own for a bit. And that's that energy. That's what it feels like. You're just like, there's not a lot of lyrics at all at this part. It's just instrumental, and there's also the level, like, again, it's that mystery. Yeah. The singers, you can hear the microphones, and you can hear people talking in the background. Yeah. They're talking about something. They're talking about the next song. They're talking about whatever it is. I don't know what they're talking about. They could be talking about anything for all I know. It's just like, and like the musicians are just continuing to go. I think they didn't know when to stop, or like if they should stop. But then it goes back up again. Yeah. And it's like sort of this emotional kind of release at the end. Where it's like, you know? Yeah. And then it just like, and then it goes up, and then just stops and slows down. Yeah. And then goes down to a halt. And for me, that sort of captures my whole vibe, like in musical form, like literally all of that. Where like the emotional part isn't like lyrically portrayed, but like at the end you feel that, right? You feel the notion of like it being more subtle and deeper at the end, where it's more like, you know, it's more laid back, and it's less like, and the first part, the actually indie rock kind of part, it's like, that's my energy too. I always like that, you know, the fucking energy of that, because I have those. I feel like I have those two sides of myself there. Yeah, with that boppy indie rock vibe and the slower side. It's like me, and I shift in between. You know? So that's indie disco. That's a song that I feel I've overanalyzed in my head, like,
Yes.
and I've listened to hundreds of times.
Yeah.
And it's like, I just love the song. And I love the mystery of like the lyrics being, incomprehensible, and the mystery of the character of Ben Fawkes, or like, he's not a character, but the person and his career, where it went, and how that I reflect to that. It all encapsulates itself into this experience that and it's always, you always kind of bring your own stuff, your own experiences into the art that you consume.
Yeah.
So like my own experiences with like the stuff that was said, and also the context of Ben Fawkes as an artist, like it like I relate to that, and like it's sort of, and it's something special when you find something like that, where it's like a song is almost speaking to you. It's like a song is almost made for you and nobody else.
Yeah. Yeah.
For me, the hipster part of me that really gets me going is the part that is for me and nobody else.
Yeah.
When like the hipster people are like, oh yeah, like I'm so unique and individual that like this song is almost directed at me and it's not directed to anyone else, just me. It's kind of self-centered to think about it that way, but it's like, it almost feels that way, It's like, it's directly speaking to me.
Yeah.
Did you feel that with that
Self-control?
Yeah, self-control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I felt the same way because it was the first time I heard it, I was like, wow, this is a really good song. And then a few times that I kept listening to it, I just kept like, oh, I'm starting to understand what this means and all that. And I start to feel like this song really does connect with me. Like I've had this sort of situation in the past, but at the time when I was listening to it, like the first time I was dating my ex at that time, but I still felt the connection of what happened to me in the past, It's like those type of songs that, connect you. Yeah. Like you were saying, like, yeah, songs are somewhat or somehow or sometimes can connect people depending on like the meaning or even like the music itself. And that's the beauty with making, I mean, just music in general and songs. And that's what I love about music. It's not just for entertainment, It's not just entertainment for me. It's like it's a deeper connection. Like you feel it when you listen to a song. And it can also inspire, just like what you were talking about, like don't stop believing at that moment. And that's what music can, that's the power of music. Like it's crazy, yeah. Like I don't have much to say about it, but it's just powerful. That's what music is. Yeah, it's just powerful, pretty much.
Yeah, I don't know what, if I listen to too much music. I like to listen to the same things, I think, for me. Like I should go listen to newer music and like fresher stuff that comes out, but I do listen to pretty contemporary, modern kind of indie stuff.
Yeah.
But like even because I'm a film student, like even then, like I don't necessarily watch too many films, right? Like I mean, like I do. It's just that lately I haven't because I've been busy. But like, I don't know if like if a movie can perfectly encapsulate like me and my own experiences. I feel like a song is like perfectly short enough to be like I can project all the things that on my own experiences on that. But like yeah, like there's definitely films out there for me that like I really gel with. Like
Yeah.
that I really sort of I always love the idea of the construction of an art, like the construction of indie disco being such a, it seems pretty,
Yeah.
like it's very apparent that it's independent. It seems more like, almost more like a demo than an actual song,
Yeah.
you know? And there's this notion of, and I don't know it very well, but there's this like Japanese philosophy called wabi sabi.
Yeah.
Have it?
Yeah.
Wasabi? Wabi sabi? Do you know what it,
Yeah.
what it is?
Yeah.
And there's also there's like a specific technique where I don't know what it's called, like this ritual or something, but it's like, but it goes back to that philosophy of wabi sabi, where it's like there would be like people, they had pots and like bowls and things,
Yeah.
and they would purposefully like get a hammer and like
Yeah.
smash it.
Yeah.
Not smash it, but like crack it into different pieces,
Yeah.
several pieces.
Yeah.
And then like sort of mend it back together
Yeah.
with like a specific material that might not even be the same color as the actual bowl itself,
Yeah.
but like a different color, like a different just normal clay kind of color, whatever it is, so that it's apparent that it has been broken.
Yeah.
The notion of wabi sabi is the philosophy, and I'm going to butcher it because I'm not an expert here, but it's like there's beauty in the fact that things are flawed and broken,
Yeah.
and put together. And I think that, and so like the bowl was more beautiful and artful and meaningful than what it was before just being a normal bowl.
Yeah.
Because those markings and those cracks are unique to that experience. And it goes back to not only that sort of artful way of looking at things, but like it goes back to human experience. It goes back to it relates back to human experience, where humans sort of have this way of like getting hit or like getting devastated, and like an experience like affecting them to the core, and making them feel extreme sadness and anger, whatever.
Yeah.
And like sort of breaking them like a bowl. But then you sort of grow from that, and you come to learn more about yourself, and you come to sort of grow from that experience and sort of find something beautiful within that. And if like there's this, I don't know, like for me that's where beauty can come from.
Yeah.
From the things that are flawed and broken. Arguably, it's more beautiful that way because you know that someone took the time to care for it again, or like, and like that notion, right? Like it's when I look at certain films and like songs like indie disco, like there's this film. It's not necessarily flawed per se. It's like there's films like Primer and The Dirties, that I love. It's not necessarily wabi sabi per se, but it's like they had limitations, they have flaws, but they almost use it artfully, and they use it. It's almost like it's a feature than a hindrance to the piece. It's like it's like it's not like freaking 4K clean everything. It's like the camera work's messy, might be, you know what I mean? And it's like, and the color grading might be a little bad, but it's like, it's good, It's like, it adds to that realness to it. They use it to be more artful and experienced. And it goes back to photography as well.
Yeah.
There's a specific, like, I don't know their names because I'm not in the world of photography, but I watched like a video essay on it. That's why. But there was this like this photographer who like took pictures of landscapes.
Yeah.
So a landscape photographer. But you know what was unique about it?
What?
He took them when it was raining and downcast. Not only that, but he took them inside cars.
Yeah.
and through car windows
Yeah.
with water droplets on the windows.
Yeah, right.
And like mist on the windows. Fog. Like fog, the windows fogged up.
Yeah.
And it like creates this dreamlike kind of feel to the photographs, and it creates this sort of atmosphere that you wouldn't have gotten with just a clean photo. It's like using that flaw and imperfection to add meaning to make it almost more beautiful than it was just straight,
Yeah.
And it adds further connotations of like a person looking out a window.
Yeah.
Like it makes you feel like a person looking out a window, like during the rain. And there's something about that experience as well, that specific place and time that you can like jump to. You can be in that position. But beyond that, that's very specific though. There's also like this other photographer who had this art exhibition, and to some people, the photographs would almost seem bad. They're just like, they're not like framed perfectly. Like people are getting cut off by the edge of the frame, and people are blurry because the camera moved a little bit.
Yeah.
Or the lighting looks really harsh or whatever.
Yeah.
Or like the lighting looks really, it's not like well lit properly. But it was more artful and it felt more human that way than with just a normal picture.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, because when someone takes a photo, it's just focused on that.
Yeah.
On that specific thing, and it's almost perfect.
Yeah, it's almost like that notion of it being blurry or whatever, and like being this thing that isn't clear.
Yeah.
And like when you look at a photo that looks clear and precise, and the lighting's all straight and everything, and the person's in a specific position, it all looks fake, man,
Yeah.
Even though it might not be, like it all looks constructed.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But then it's the opposite way around when you have it like blurry and all that. Sure, it makes you think, oh, this person probably didn't think about it, or was like not a very good photographer.
Yeah.
But what it is, if you think about it further, is that it's like experiencing the moment when it's happening. And not only that, it's like a capturing of a memory, how it's not clear.
Yeah.
And it's like the person who was photographing that moment was in the moment themselves, and it's capturing the subjects in that moment as well. And it's not like telling them to, oh, can you stop and can you be in this position? Can you do this and that?
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, all right, this perfect. Hold that still, bam, take a picture. No, it's like they're in the moment and they're just like, bang. They press the button and that was about it.
Yeah.
But it's like they vaguely try to put it in the right position and whatnot. And that's like, there's something beautiful about capturing that moment and that emotion than anything, than just the construction of a photo, like, or making it frame right and making them have headroom and not be out of frame.
Yeah.
Like that moment,
Yeah.
That's just what I think about it, But that has been, I don't know if I talked too much there, but it's been an hour.
It's
and
been
2
an hour?
minutes.
Yeah.
So I think we're gonna end the episode there, guys. All right. This has been. I've been Jason,
And I've been Martin.
and that was a good episode about music and birthdays.
And birthdays and yeah.
Whoa, hold up. It's future Jason here, who is editing this and noticed there was never a proper outro call to action at the end of these things. So here goes. Please, if you want to support the show, follow us on whatever podcasting app you use and give us a good rating. If you're watching the videos on YouTube, like and subscribe. Also, share this with your friends too. Doing any of these things would help us out a lot. Thanks. I'll let these guys handle the rest.
So we will. I'll see you next week, but for me, it'll probably be like, for us, it'll be probably like 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
All right. We will see y'all later.